First rule of the arena: the less enemy there are in the fight, the harder the fight is. What I mean by that is that Gertrude will completely demolish most of you. And the main reason why for that is that because her fight gimmick doesn't trigger at half health like most other arena unit, her fight gimmick trigger at the very start of the fight. Gertrude has a mechanic called Shield Guard, where no matter what you do, she can only lose maximum of 4 shield per turn and only 1 shield per character. If someone do a 3-hit to Gertrude, she only loses 1 point of shield, and if someone can double cast it like Darion or Odette, then she still only loses 1 shield, and there's absolutely no way to bypass that. Another gimmick that Gertrude have is that Gertrude cannot be taunted, so tank doesn't work here. Gertrude attack pattern changes a bit every 33% of health that is done to her. Well, approximately 33%, not exactly, but close to there. In the first half, Gertrude only has 9 shield, and her attack isn't really that scary, so proper debuff and region healing is enough to keep you safe from her. In the second half, Gertrude permanently gained 3 more shield, and not only that, she also used some more powerful ability. The first one is that she will use an X AoE, and while hitting all of you at the same time, she will heal herself by 30,000 HP. The second one is a very powerful Axe nuke. Assuming you didn't put any attack debuff on Gertrude or any defense buff on your team at all, then that Axe nuke pretty much one-hit KO anyone on your team. Even if you cap out the attack debuff and defense buff for Gertrude on your team, then she was still probably putting that character whoever she hit in red health. And in the last third, Gertrude basically gets attacked 3 times per turn instead of 2 times per turn, so at that point, if you don't kill Gertrude fast enough, then she shall kill you. I do want to point out one thing though, is that if you somehow manage to skip the second part, which means you do enough damage to Gertrude in the first part that it might as well skip to the last part of the fight, then Gertrude will not gain that 3 extra shield and her shield will be permanently stay at 9. Although it's probably not possible for most players right now because the gear isn't available yet, unless you're aware, then you can probably skip that second phase, but most of all, you will probably have to enter that second phase somehow. Although in the JP version though, your DPS carry for this fight will be Xander and Darion. Since Gertrude has Shield Guard for the entire fight, for Darion you don't need to bring his 3-hit dagger, just his 260 dagger that nuke that can paralyze is good enough. For Xander, bring his 230 nuke to break Gertrude's shield, and when Gertrude's shield is down, use his with the tie and deal big damage to Gertrude. If you do not have these 2 characters, then other characters like Ritu, Cyrus, and Adele would help too. Note that for all DPS, since multi-hit do not matter at all in this fight, you'll always want to use your highest potency nuke to break Gertrude's shield. Lulu and CotC are another 2 great DPS for this fight, but they are not currently out in EN yet though, although I predict at least one of them probably show up for the Gertrude Cup very soon. Lulu is basically a fire Sophia, but the thing that makes her stand out is that she has this passive that let her go first if she boost maxed. Gertrude is very fast in this fight, and usually the character can outspeed her naturally is characters like thieves like Viola or Darion. Mulu is slower than Gertrude, but her passive let her act faster than her, so you set up a shield breaking turn where you put Gertrude down to the 201 shield, then you can use Mulu as your initial shield breaker, and don't let Gertrude act before she get break. As for CotC, he has bow debuff and he has a 260 nuke, so that's good enough for him. Your support MVP for this fight is Glossom, and for this one rare time only, Glossom is a better dancer buffer here than Lynette. The reason here is that Glossom has 2 separate AoE defense buff skill, one for 20% and one for 15%. If you use them both together for your entire team shall cap out the 30% defense buff cap. Other than Glossom, make sure to bring someone that can also debuff Gertrude attack. Someone like Viola can already debuff 25%, so just find someone else that can also debuff attack, and you can cap out the Gertrude 30% attack debuff. Other than that, bring a region healer as always, and probably bring a burst healer too, since Gertrude can hit multiple times in one turn, so sometimes those burst healing will definitely come in handy. Overall, the main MVP to have for this fight is Glossom, so make sure you break Glossom Cup before you fight Gertrude, or else you're gonna have a really hard time. Usually this fight would be harder, but since EN released Darion early for the game and JP did not have Darion by the time Gertrude released, it should be easier for most of you who have Darion. If you don't have Darion though, then good luck.